everyone. Um, okay. Today I'm going to do a book review on a book that I finished about a week ago. I did try to do a book review earlier. It was just I was so out of it, I could not get any words out. So let's give this another try. And the book I will be reviewing today is Unravel Me by Tahereh Mafi. Um, this is, as you know, as you may know from recent videos of mine, or just by reading it, or just you've heard of it. This is the second book in the Shatter Me trilogy. Um, as you can see, it's fairly big. This one's the biggest in the trilogy, which I kind of find to be a bit odd because it's the second book, and I expected the third one. The last books in the series are usually bigger than all the other ones, but this is the biggest one in the book. In the trilogy, I think it has less chapters, but more pages than the last one, which is Ignite Me. So, this is the spine of it, and then I showed you this, but like I said, it's fairly big, and the cover is just beautiful now that I have it in person. Uh, I love it way better than the original cover for Shatter Me. I thought it was horrible. But I'm going to read the synopsis now. It may be spoiler-ish, because this is the second book. I have read it, so I'm going to read the synopsis for y'all. Tick, 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 tick. It's almost time for war. Juliet has escaped to Omega Point. It is a place for people like her, people with gifts, and it is also the headquarters of the rebel resistance. She's finally free from the establishment, free from their plan to use her as a weapon, and free to love Adam. But Juliet will never be free from her lethal touch, or from Warner, who wants Juliet more than she ever thought possible. Haunted by her past and terrified of her future, Juliet knows that in her present, she will have to make some life-changing choices that may involve choosing between her heart and Adam's life. Um, so I read this book in about, I want to say, a day and a half. I think it was a day and a half. Yeah, that sounds about right. So I read this in a day and a half. I also read this with a friend of mine who had gotten into this trilogy, and we promised each other we'd read it together, so that surprisingly worked out. Um, we were both in love with it. There were some really interesting plot twists. There was one main plot twist which changed everything in this trilogy, everything, and I was so shocked. I couldn't, I can't really give it away because it's major and sorry, but if you've read the book, you probably know what I'm talking about. And another thing I really liked is that she kept the characters that are introduced to you at the end of the first one. She kept them throughout the second one. They weren't minor; they were pretty major. I felt, which I liked that. And she also kept the same style of writing, which is like the poeticness of it and the whole crossing out. If you can see it right there, I liked how she kept that. I feel like that's really important to the main character, Juliet. Uh, it was just one really big thrill ride. Uh, I started reading Ignite Me a few days ago, March 17th, I think. It's been a while since I actually got back into reading it, mainly because I'm not sick anymore and I've recovered from my procedures, so I have to get back to my classes. So I'm really trying to catch up with them, and it's really tough. Uh, but so hopefully I'll be reviewing that soon. Uh, all in all, I love the cover. Bit, I was unsure of it at first because looking online, it really didn't do it justice. I felt, and then like when I was actually holding it in my hand, like it was just so beautiful. But I kind of wish that the letters were punched through. If you understand that, uh, think of Braille, like how they run their fingers over and they could feel it, like that. Like I feel like the words should have been punched through. That really would have been a nice touch. I am so glad that Kenji has become a major character now. Apparently, um, he is just amazing, and I love when he finally gets all serious with Juliet and like tells her that this needs to be done, this has to happen. She's here for a reason. If she's not gonna follow the rules, then she has to leave. And I was like, whoa, you just went from this completely crazy, sarcastic asshole to this like serious guy who is very it got to me. Let's just say that. It was amazing. Um and there was also some surprising moments with Adam and Juliet, uh sort of like their plot line throughout this story. What has been happening and what has happened and what you discover about Adam. And also, I do like how the writer Tahereh Mafi wrote Warner back in. Uh, I thought that was very creative because I knew that I know who she's gonna end up with in the last one. My friend and I read a spoiler, so we know who she was gonna end up with, and we're like, how is this even possible? And it was interesting to see how that all sort of came together to happen in this one. Um, so this is just a beautiful trilogy. I really have to say this again. The writing style is very poetic. Um, the characters are really interesting. They draw you in. The whole plot by itself is very interesting, I feel. And I would have to give this book, altogether, I would have to give it probably about 5 stars. One day I'm gonna give a book review where I give the book where I give the book less than 5 stars, and it's gonna kill you all. But yes, and I highly suggest you read this. If you have not, or if you're on it right now, read it. It's really good. Let me know what you all think. If you have read it, I want to hear your thoughts. Or if you are going to read it, I want to hear what you're expecting. I hope I didn't give too much away. I tried to be spoiler free. There was some weird noise. Yeah, so expect the next book review to be Ignite Me. I'm trying to keep focus with one book at a time now, so I promised my friend I would read Enclave by some woman, so I have to read that next, and then I'm probably going to try to get back into the Mortal Instruments series. Uh, so yeah, expect Ignite Me real soon, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.